Hey everybody, Leroy Redmond again, and we are going to restart that one. Somehow we had technical difficulty and lost a bunch of stuff, so I figured let's just wipe it and restart. So, thank you for following me this morning. I want to thank everybody for all the compliments and the comments yesterday on my fat loss journey. As I was telling everybody that by drinking, and many of you know, by drinking one simple drink, I have lost over 20 pounds of pure fat, put on a couple pounds of muscle, reduced my body fat by over 12%. Absolutely amazing stuff. And by drinking that, doing native foods lifestyle, and this simple workout that I'm going to show you today. Something that you can do from home without any issues. You can do it right in your living room. I'm going to actually show you that in my living room here, as well as you can do it on the road. You can do it from a hotel room. You can do it outside. You know, if you're out walking, you can throw these movements in. That's something Jamie and I used to do when we were in California. We'd go for a walk. I'd throw in some of these movements while we're walking, right? And so just enjoying that. So that's what I want to show you. And I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to show you the workout real quick. I will also take a good picture of it and I'll post it below this so everybody can see it and follow it. Tweak it as you need to. Now, this is a very basic, simple workout, okay? This isn't designed for bodybuilders or powerlifters or athletes, but that can be used when you are traveling. If you just need to get in that quick and there's no gym available, these movements are going to help make a difference. And you may even want to incorporate a couple of the flexibility movements I have in here to make a difference in your life and your workout, something I used when I was bodybuilding many, many years ago. So I'm going to show you this workout. Like I said, this is really designed for a mom, a dad, salespeople. If you're traveling on the road a lot and you're not able to get to the gym, this doesn't give you that excuse, right, that I wasn't able to work out. I had a physics teacher in high school, and he was a former Army and had been in Korea twice. And we used to get to Mr. Lin on all these stories, and he was absolutely fascinating, especially for me being a young boy. But also get him on these stories, and he talked about it. When you went to Korea, the only way you left Korea before the end of the war was if you got injured or you went out in a body bag. And he did, like I said, 2 tours of Korea. And we're like, what happened? Well, he was a paratrooper. First in, boom, airborne, hits the ground. And those parachutes back then, he was telling us, were so bad that you would hit the ground so hard, most of the guys, a large percent of the guys who hit the ground, hit it so hard, they just literally splinter their legs, break their legs, and they were done. Because not the parachute itself, well, the parachutes weren't great, but they had these big rucksacks, right? We as Americans are always over-prepared, which is not a bad thing, having been in the military myself. But, I mean, they're packing, what, 60, 80 pounds, and bam, wham, they hit the ground, and he remembers he woke up in a hospital somewhere else, like 4 days later. Sent him home, got healed up, and they sent him back to Korea, and then as the war ended, he came back out of it that way. But I remember him always telling that story, and always fascinating about just, no excuses is what he always used to say. He'd ask you why your homework wasn't done. Dog ate it, whatever. No excuses, no excuses, no excuses. And I've learned to use that in my life, especially when I was training people or in my businesses. There really aren't, the only excuse is ourselves. And so this was more about working outside. But I'm going to that is, there's no excuses for not being able to throw in 7 to 10 minutes of a quick workout in your day, in your home, or wherever you're at. It doesn't require any special clothes, a t-shirt, a pair of shorts. If you want to wear comfortable shoes, great. I like to go barefoot, especially when I'm in my basement or from the living room, more for the grounding aspect or outside. Also, when I taught, I like that connection to the ground, and your foot is nice and flat and fully connected. We don't need these elevated shoes or anything like that. But that's the way I like to look at it. So I'm going to flip this over and show this, and then we will go through the quick workout, and then I'll describe as we go through these. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Please put any comments down below. Jamie's on the other side of the screen, so she'll be able to read and see what's going on here. And we'll be able to tell us what we've got going on. If there's any questions, throw them out there. Any comments, please do. Like I said, this is just a very simple, easy workout for people to do at home. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as we can see, just very simple. This is what I call my daily warm-up. Now, like I said, for some people, this is going to be a workout for them. But we all have to start somewhere. We all got to get up in the morning. We all got to, walk out of bed. So, daily warm-up, 5 to 6 days a week. I do take 1 day off. The good Lord, even took a day off. So look at that, practice that, and having the 7th day off, whatever day in your week that is. So trunk rotations, loosen up the body, squats, jumping jacks. You'll see some old school stuff we did in elementary school, high school, mountain climbers, deadlifts, different shoulder exercises, push-ups, full body extensions, Australian pull-ups. I'll show you what those are. Lunges, leg swings, planks, dead bugs. Love dead bugs, absolutely amazing. And this section down here is a little more for the advanced stuff, and we'll go over that towards the end. But very simplistically, this here is the simple workout that I've been doing for probably 8 to 9 months now, and have tweaked a few things, but it's just a nice, good, easy workout. So let's go ahead and start with the exercises. Tell me when you're ready here. And as you can see, we're right here in my living room. Nice and simple and easy. We don't need a big area. Okay, so the first one is trunk rotations. Essentially, we're going to be rotating our trunk. We want to try and keep our hips stationary, about shoulder width apart, and we just want to rotate the trunk. Now the hips are going to move a little bit. In the beginning, the hips will probably want to move a lot more because we're going to want to lift our heels and stuff. But try and keep your heels planted and just rotate your trunk. And this will come as we become more and more flexible and our body gets used to the movement. So if I turn it sideways, same thing. We're just rotating the trunk. Now you can put your hands up. You can put them out if you want to. I like them just a little bit closer for this trunk rotation. Okay? So trunk rotation is very simple. Loosening up and getting the hip flexors, the back, everything loosened up. The next one is step out a little wider. This is where we want to get a greater trunk rotation. And I like to get the arms out there, and you can see how I flip-flop my hands back and forth. But I also am letting that back foot come up and go as well. So I'm really, see the hips are really rotating? That is going to be a greater rotation. This is just after we get it warmed up. So as you see, I put down there 10 to 12 of those rotations. You can do a few more if you want to. If it feels really good, just kind of let them go. The next one is squats. Very simplistically, a squat is where we're squatting down. Now, in the beginning, some people are going to have a problem with this, and I understand that. So, get a chair, get a stool so you don't fall over. That's the biggest thing. With a squat, we're about shoulder width apart. We're just going to sit, rotate our hips, assume we sit this way, rotate our hips down and back, and we're literally just going to sit down. So we're going to sit down, chest is up, and we're going to sit back up. And for a lot of people, this may be tough. So here, if you need to, put your hands on your legs and just kind of push into that, right? Push in and help yourself up. Shoulder width apart, butt back, drive up, butt back. And if this is all we need to do, that's where we start out with, right?
Where do you drive out of?
I'm sorry?
Where do you drive out of?
Drive out of your hips. Thank you, babe. See? Yeah, drive out of your hips. So let's take this back without the chair. We come down. See, my body's nice and straight, knees not over my toes. We want to break 90 degrees if we can, at least hit 90, but come up. Chest is up, drive out of those hips, and let your chest lead. Down, drive. Now, a lot of people, you can cross your chest, drive up, drive up. We can put our hand by our neck, whatever's comfortable. So look at that from the front, shoulder width, butt back. And then keep your head, your eyes somewhat level, as if you're going back up to where your eyes are going to meet. So your head and neck is straight, okay? Simple squat. Start out with a chair if we need to. Next one, jumping jacks. So just what we learned. Now, the biggest difference I do in a jumping jack, excuse me, is instead of going straight up and clapping, we can take a little bit of this shoulder rotation out so we're not tearing up our shoulders and actually just come up in front of us a little bit. So it's just jumping jacks. Right there. Okay? So we have about 20 of those. The next one is mountain climbers. Now, some of you may remember this, like being on a mountain, and we're climbing that mountain. The big thing with this is, on a mountain climber, we're going to be in a push-up position, body's nice and straight. See how my back is nice and straight and solid. And what we're looking at is, like a mountain climber, I'm going to bring that foot up and back. Up and back. As if we're climbing a mountain. Now, let's say we're climbing the mountain a little bit faster, we can go faster. Or we can really pump that mountain, right? So whatever your goal is, you're going to notice you're going to feel this in the abs, the obliques, the lower back. You're going to feel it in the chest, your biceps, your triceps, your shoulders, because of the stability. It's a great planking exercise with that movement in there. The next one is deadlifts. So with a deadlift, we're literally picking something up. And I saw in a previous comment, thank you, Aaron, sometimes it does get hard to pick that stuff up, doesn't it? But essentially with a deadlift, shoulder width apart, we're going to reach down and we're going to pick up. So like a squat, butt's going to come back, chest is up. If all you can do is go to your knees and pick up, that's all the farther you need to go. We don't need to go any farther than that if that's all your body allows you, right? As we get better, as we get stronger, we're going to go all the way down and pick it up off the ground. All the way down, pick it up off the ground, right? Right there. So from the side, chest is up, come down, pick that up. Pick that up. Now, if you got to and you just go right here, like, oh, you got to push yourself up, go ahead and do that. But these will come with time. So reach down, pick it up. Okay? Next step is our shoulders. So we have a lot of people that have a lot of shoulder issues, so we'll keep these simple. just old school shoulder rotations. So we'll do forward rotations. We'll do backwards rotations. Then we'll do what we call front and side laterals. We just raise up, we come down. Come up, come down. Just nice simple rotation in this shoulder. Shoulder presses, very simplistically, just pressing up into the air. Whether we want to have our shoulders back a little bit or kind of neutral, or shoulder press right here. Now the next ones, we're actually going to bend over and do our exercises. We'll start with what we call a W. So it's like this same position. We form a W with our arms. Come down, bend over, and do that same motion, but really rotate it into the back of the shoulders and your back, and just kind of squeeze those in. After that is Ys. Pretty simplistically, make a Y. Sorry, thumbs up, and do the Y.
Can you do both of those by the on side view?
Oh, sorry, side view, yep. Side view for the Ys, and side view for the Ws.
And where should you feel the side view? Where should you feel the Y?
The Y
in your
should
back?
be felt kind of right here, the back of our shoulders, so our rear delts, and the middle of our back. That's where we concentrate on that. After that, we have what I call Superman. So just like Superman, flying, right? Come down, we're just going to raise them up. So we rotate to the side. And the last one is just like an elbow, squeeze up. This is really to help squeeze between our shoulder blades, what is called a rhombozoids. Just right here, we're just really squeezing up. But you're going to feel that rear delts and the whole back, bringing it all together. Okay, so good to go there. Next one is our push-ups. Now, these are warm-ups. So when we do our push-ups, we're going to do what we call the girl push-ups or sissy push-ups. And it is literally doing them on your knees. But there's nothing wrong with that because our chest really isn't warmed up. And this is warm-up type stuff. So, like when we were doing the mountain climbers, get our body nice and straight. And we want to line it up. So when we come down, our hands come down about where our chest is, right in here. So we'll get our arms shoulder width apart, or a little bit closer. We'll go down, we'll press up. Go down, press up. Go down, press up. Keeping the back nice and straight in the torso. Like I said, start out on your knees. You don't have to go to a full push-up. Let's warm that chest up very well, right? Now, let's say, oh, I'm going to go back to my mountain climbers real quick. If you have a hard time doing a mountain climber, just come down in the forward position here. Bring your knee forward, bring your knee back. Bring your knee forward, bring your knee back, right? And then we can start working our knees, get a little farther back, and then we can work to that full position. Each of these is to help somebody that's never done them before, or whatever age group we're working on. The nice thing about all these exercises, kids can do them all the way to the elderly, so that it's not hurting them, we're not stunting any growth or anything that might affect their ligaments, tendons, their body. So that's the push-ups, very simplistic.
What should the push-up look like with your elbows?
Oh, yeah. So, rotate here a little bit. We got Zeus. So when you do a push-up, you want to keep your elbows in tight to your body right here. We don't want to flare them out. We want to bring them in tight. So we're down, and we're up. Down, up. Nice tight elbows. Okay, so push-ups obviously work the chest, shoulders, and the triceps as well. The next one is what we call full body extension. This is the easier version of a burpee. And I will show you a burpee real quick so people can see it. But the burpee is like a full body workout, but the full body extension literally is just coming down and coming up and going up onto your toes. Not actually jumping at the end, but just coming down, up on your toes and stretching. Full body extension. Full body extension, right? That's what we're looking for. We're just extending. This is just a low impact version of a burpee where we're getting all this rotation. Now a burpee, many of you have probably seen or heard, we go down, we pop out, we do a push-up, we pop back in, and we jump up, right? Very phenomenal. So you go down, jump back, push up, jump back in, push, or jump up, right? So that incorporates a whole lot of stuff, and actually is a very good cardio type workout, right? Whew, get the blood pumping right there. The next one is what we call the Australian pull-up, so for our back. So everyone's like, well, not everybody has a pull-up bar in their house, but most of us have a table, we have a desk. And that's why I said we can do this from our home. You're in a hotel room, you're definitely going to have a desk. Australian pull-up, aptly designed, for the people down under, a pull-up. Instead of a regular pull-up up here, we're going to do a down-under pull-up. So essentially, you go underneath your table. So you put your hands, whether you want to go wide or close, like a push-up. We put our feet out. We pull up to our chest. So literally we're doing a rowing motion, but underneath using our body weight as our resistance. If you need to, you can bring your feet in closer, reduce that angle, and it'll lighten up your body, and you can pull up this way. So very simplistically, Australian pull-up. After the Aussie pull-up, we have lunges. So we have another quad, butt, hamstring exercise. And a lunge, very simplistically, see what reduces that. We're just going to go forward, lunge down, and we're just going to push up and back. Go down, lunge forward, push up and back. Now if you need to, go out, just keep that leg in one spot, but keep driving backwards.
Where do you drive out of in that?
We're drive out of our heel and out of our quad. We're pushing backwards. Okay, then we just alternate the leg. Now, if you have a stability issue, I'll rotate over here because I've seen some people have a very tough time with these. Just get in a hallway. Just get in a hallway. Lunge. You've got your stability. Push up and back. Okay? As you get better at these, you can start to alternate them. This is a little more advanced, but we can do our 8 to 10 by alternating, right? Now, while we're here, I'm going to show you guys a quick leg swing. Very simplistically, we want to just swing our legs. I'm going to use one of my shoes because you can see my feet right there. Right? And this is just to get my body up a little bit higher so my leg swings. If you're just wearing your shoes, you just got to rotate your body a little bit or put a 2x4, 2x6 underneath your foot or some kind of block. But very simplistic. Like I said, you're not going to take a 2x4 with you. When you're traveling on the airplane, they might think you're a little weird. But you've always got a pair of shoes you can put on. Essentially right here, and we're just going to swing our leg. Swing our leg. Right? The goal here is to get it to where you can go higher and higher both ways. And I don't have enough room right there. If I just stand right here, right, our goal is to, without falling over, get a good swing into your body. You're going to feel all of this, right? All that, and that's where that flexion and rotation starts to come in. So those are leg swings, 20 each leg. Start out with 5, start out with 10, work your way up to 20. We're almost done. So the next two are more core exercises, and they are the plank and the dead bug, two of my favorites. A lot of you heard or seen of planks, so same thing. We'll start out with the plank.
Do it on this.
You'll come in front of this. So start with the plank here, and essentially go down and same thing. Start out on your knees, right? But see how my body is nice and straight right here? Elbows are underneath my chest here. As we get better at these, we start sliding our elbows farther and farther out, increasing that tension on our body. But for starters, start out underneath. Hold this for 30 to 60 seconds. Now, one of the things we want to concentrate on is actually taking our belly button and squeezing it, essentially sucking it into our spine, increasing that stability, right? But as we start to slide the arms out, we make it more difficult. We can raise an arm, we can raise a leg, and we can always go to full blown or pop our legs out, whatever's more comfortable. That's the simplicity. There's a lot of variety in the plank, but just get in nice and straight. Now, like I said, if you're having a hard time do those, get those elbows underneath you, and just start out on your knees, right? Then take one leg out like this. You're going to feel that. Rotate the other leg. They will get better and better. Now, the last one is a dead bug. A lot of fun, but we're going to look like a dead bug. You've all seen a dead bug, a bug that's dead. You know, instead of sticking our legs up like this, Zeus is going to do this with me. See? Look at that. Dead bugs, our feet are up, our legs are up. Now, the funny part about this is to alternate as you do this. So we're going to go left leg down, right hand down. Down, touch, come back up. Alternate, down, touch, down, touch, down, touch, right? So if we rotate, see that from here, just alternate. See, this is Zeus. Come on, come on.
That's you.
Let's go. So dead bug, alternate, 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 alternate. Right there. You're going to feel this throughout your abs, your core, And if you have a hard time doing these in the beginning, just sit like this or lay like this. Bring your arm down, bring your arm up, bring your arm down. You know, just start out, whatever works. If you have to just kind of do a leg and you go part way, that's fine. Maybe you're just doing this. That's a good start, right? So that's absolutely what we're looking for. So, now obviously that took us more than 7 to 10 minutes because we're going through the explanation. But those are the exercises, very simplistically. Now, babe, I'm going to have you shoot back over here. The last part of this is that's my daily warm-up 6 days a week. Essentially, I call that my warm-up. Like I said, for a lot of people, that will be a workout. Change that up for people is that's just everything I do 7 to 10 minutes every morning after I get my water in me, maybe drink a little keto, whatever I got going on. 3 days a week, you'll see this 3 times a week, I do these 5 exercises in a row, or 5 movements, I should say. The exercises will be dependent upon what I have here. So as you can tell, I put red and red, the bluish, the purple, well, it's not quite purple, but pretty close, and the green, right? I put stuff, and you'll see this on each one of these, to pick from one of those exercises, make it simple. So I've gone through my warm-up. Today is Monday, so this is the day I'll do this. I will literally do a leg and butt exercise, 60 seconds straight. So let's say that's squats. Squat for 60 seconds, right? Take your phone, look at the clock real quick, and just squat for 60 seconds. Now, if you need to, start out for 30 seconds. A week later, 2 weeks later, wake up to 45 seconds, 60 seconds. But we want full movements for 60 seconds. 15-second break. We'll go to our chest. So chest, shoulder, tricep exercise. Pretty much going to be our push-ups, a variety of different types of push-ups. We'll come back to, 15-second rest. Back to legs and butt. So if we did squats, let's jump over here to lunges, right? We'll do our lunges. And we have the different lunges, forward lunges, backward lunges. We can swing. Same thing. Maybe 30 seconds per leg, or 15, 15, 15, 15 is how I usually do it. Then, 15-second rest. Back and bicep exercise. Essentially Australian pull-ups. If you do have a pull-up bar available, you can do pull-ups that way. You can do bent over rows, but a back exercise, right? And then the last one is our trunk, our core, our abs. Well, we've got 3 of those: mountain climbers, planks, and the dead bugs. So you can alternate, just do a plank for a full minute, dead bugs for a full minute, mountain, whatever it might be. I will tell you, you will be pretty well smoked. But this is literally a 5-minute workout plus the 15 seconds. So a 6-minute workout, 6 minutes, 15 seconds, right? But do the warm-up first, and that's 3 days a week. That's the extra little bonus package that I add into this that's making a difference for my body. Now, the other 3 days a week, I'll do a cardio type, which might deal with jumping jacks, maybe mountain climbers again, or as you can see, you get a great workout from doing the burpees. But that isn't as much. I really prefer to do a lot more walking. I take the dogs for a walk, Jamie and I go out, just staying active, and that's probably the biggest thing right there. I don't freak out about all this cardio stuff, unless you're an extreme athlete, triathlete, a marathoner, we really don't need to do all this super high heart rate type stuff. There's a lot of studies that go against that, and actually my biggest one is a 20-second on, 10-second off, 20 on, 10 off, like 20 seconds all out, 10 seconds off for 4 total minutes. 8 total cycles of that, and that really gets the heart rate up. It is got a good boost to muscle building, testosterone, IGF, insulin, or human growth hormone, a whole bunch of different factors, and it's short and simple. And then just a nice brisk walk, okay? So pretty simplistically, that's what I've got. Throw questions out there. I appreciate everybody asking questions and the guidance, but that is my simple workout. But if you put this together and do it, you will be done in 7 to 10 minutes tops. And it will make a major difference in your life. You will be surprised at some of the movements you're not able to do, as well as how sore they're going to make you. So along with that, make sure you drink plenty of water. I forgot to mention this morning. Make sure you're drinking your water. I talked a lot about that. Get your water in right first things going, and then I drink while I'm working out in a full workout. But like I said, this took longer than normal because of the explanations. If you have questions or need an individual video on something else, please let me know that. I'll shoot it, and I can get it over to you. But I want to thank everybody. Have a blessed Monday. Have a blessed week. Absolutely amazing time. So everyone take care.